And then it's nap time.
One more epi. Nap time. What is this nap time you speak of? I seem to remember a nap time in my life. Many moons ago. I napped a lot when the kids were little. I would just nap with them, but they don't nap anymore. I'm just sitting here.
Okay. There we go. Oh, Pam, where are you?
Come back. Does Pam not work on Mondays? Or she just hangs out with us while she's working?
Yeah, she works from home, so I think she just pulls it up.
Yeah.
Double duty.
Keeps it going.
Mm-hmm.
You ready, Spaghetti? Hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
This is Marin.
This is Emily.
And this is
Remember Harry Potter.
And welcome to this week's episode of Remember Harry Potter, where we are finally, at long last, talking about the one character we've all been wondering about, praying about, worrying about, the Basilisk.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't pray or worry, but wonder for sure.
I am going to be worrying and praying from here on out after seeing this terrifying picture on harrypotter.fandom.com.
What's so terrifying?
Spooky.
Oh, gross.
I'll show the chat. No one's on the chat.
They'll be here. They'll watch it later.
Ah!
Okay, but here's the worst thing about it. Not only is it like...
She's thick.
Yeah, she is. That's what I was going to say. She's like she's like big around.
She's thick.
She's thick with a double C.
She doesn't have a name.
Rude.
I'm going to assume it's a girl.
I think it's a girl. If we both think it's a girl, it must be a girl. Mare, is the Basilisk a girl?
Oh, it is, because listen to this. Okay.
Oh, thank God.
Okay. Eye color, yellow. Skin color, green.
Okay.
Feather color.
Excuse me?
Scarlet plume on the head if male. She got no feathers. She's a girl.
Okay. The skin. The scale.
The scales.
The feather. I don't like her at all.
No, she's terrible.
Hi, Teresa.
Hi.
Teresa says she's scary as F, and I agree.
She's related to the snake, chicken, and toad. Two of them are her parents. One of them may be a cousin.
Stop. I can't. Are you...
It's up to you to decide which the parents are.
How much of that did you just make up?
0.
Oh, no.
It's all here.
Okay, I'm buckling in. I was just rolling around the back of the car until now, but I'm buckling in for this ride.
She's native to Greece, but now she can be found worldwide. What?
People imported her?
Why? Okay, see, if Harry Potter was a true Slytherin, he would have made his own basilisk.
He would have taken that chicken, taken that toad. Boom.
Well, it's certainly not quite as finger crossing as I think. I think it's more of a sit on top. I don't think there's necessarily any finger crossing togetherness.
It's the toad and the chicken, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's where the skin and the feather. But what about the scale?
That's from their snake cousin.
What the fuck?
I don't know. Oh my God. Teresa in the chat just said, can they swim?
100% they can swim.
Is that how she got to England?
They're swimming across the channel.
In the ocean.
It's the Loch Ness Monster.
Oh my God. Nessie is actually just the wet plume of a male basilisk.
The plume.
Definitely not a whale penis. That's old news. Basilisk plume.
I don't know what Emily's talking about, but I want to.
Oh, you obviously don't have a girlfriend who loves whales.
Gonna be our bonus-ode?
Yes, Mare will come and tell us about whales.
Okay.
And we'll look at some pictures.
I have equal amounts excitement and horror.
Fun. Okay. Back to this other horror. Okay, they average 50 feet in length.
That's too long.
And
I'm trying to think of what's 50 feet long. Is that a school bus?
I don't know distance.
Hold on. Google. Shoot. Hold on. I'm now regretting not having Hey Siri on my phone. Hey Siri. 50. I'm going to do a John Green type of 50 feet. How
That is 50 feet
long,
in today's feet.
50 feet, how long as?
Yeah.
That's a John Green search. 9 things that are about 50 feet long. Okay, so this website is called measuringstuff.com.
Cool.
About 600 inches or 15.2 meters.
So that's unhelpful.
Okay, the Hollywood sign
I've never been there.
is about 50 feet long. A semi-truck trailer.
Okay.
Yep, an extension cord. Not mine.
For extension cord.
A fishing boat. A garden hose. This is too long of a snake. A tape measure.
These are all
you know
things
what?
that you can measure.
Measuringthings.com.
You're not supposed to describe something with their own word.
3 large SUVs. Okay, that's good enough for me.
Basically, too big.
Way too long. How are the pipes in Hogwarts so fat?
Well, because you see, everybody got so sick of disapparating their poop from the corners. They're like, we're going to make this plumbing, and we're going to make this plumbing last.
Oh no, the poop disapparating conversation came
Hold
back.
on. Hold on first. You're telling me that since Salazar Slytherin threw a fit and created a chamber, there has been plumbing? He made the plumbing for the snake. And finally, someone accidentally bulldozed a wall, and they're like, well, what are all these things in here? Why don't we use these for the poop?
Are you telling me that Salazar made the pipes?
He must have. How else is he going to make a snake get around places?
She lives in the chamber.
But she's supposed to be able to activate
so
whenever
big.
she needs to.
Oh, that's true.
She has to go find the Muggleborn.
She's not just going to go.
Come to her.
She's not just going to go up the stairs. Slither on down like Jacob Black.
Well, who else would have made the pipes if not Salazar?
When they put the plumbing in.
But okay,
you
this
know
is
that
too much for my brain.
This reminds me of the conversation one time when somebody told me that before elevators were invented, Brigham Young put a space in the Salt Lake Temple for an elevator because God told him to. Mormonism's weird, man.
Mm-hmm. So is Hogwartsism.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this told me that they are mortal. So how they are so old, we'll find out, I guess.
Okay.
Their distinction, the way you can tell a basilisk from a snake, is that they have a deadly gaze.
The feather, the skin, those didn't give it away.
They are venomous.
I'll say.
Cool. They're affiliated with the dark arts. That's not their fault.
Nope.
They're a class XXXXX
Beast. I remember learning about the classes.
And their status is extant.
Okay. I don't remember that, but...
I don't know. I think they maybe meant to put extinct.
Really?
Is extant a word?
I don't know. And I don't have Hey Siri on my phone, so...
Yeah. Okay, well, there's not much here, so...
Oh, then I'm looking up extant.
Okay.
How extant word is...
What does status extant mean?
Extant, especially of a document.
I don't...
Still in existence, surviving.
Oh, they're still... Why couldn't you just have put alive?
Because it can It can refer to other things that aren't alive. For example, it says the original manuscript is no longer extant. So it's no longer.
So it is now extinct.
But it's a manuscript, so it's not. They didn't die out. It just like burned up somewhere.
But how fun would it be if they did?
Really cool. If like manuscripts were alive and then all died.
That's how I prefer to think of them.
Okay,
extant is a word, and it means alive.
Yeah.
In this case. Okay, well, you can go ahead and take it away.
I was loving what you were doing now. All right, so the basilisk was a giant serpent, also known as the king of serpents. I like to refer to her as the queen of serpents. Thank you. It was a magical beast that was usually bred by dark wizards. I just learned of somebody. Herpo the Fowl was the first to breed a basilisk. Herpo accomplished this by hatching a chicken egg beneath a toad, which resulted in the creature known as a basilisk. Are you telling me...
Did he mean to do that on purpose?
I had to put the iPad down. Are you telling me that there was no chicken, frog, fingers crossing? It was just chicken egg, normal chicken egg,
Toad on top.
Toad
yes,
on.
That is what I was trying to get to.
This sucks.
No finger crossing required.
I don't like it. I want the finger crossing. Basilisk breeding was banned in medieval times, a regulation that has not changed. The practice could be hidden when the Department for Regulation and Control of Magical Creatures came to check by simply removing the egg from the toad. And then you smash it because it has a baby basilisk in it. Like lice. You just take it out, you smush it.
It has this little pop.
I cannot. Looking a basilisk directly in the eye caused instant death, but an indirect look would merely render the victim petrified.
Do you think the same thing is with Medusa?
If you just put a piece of paper in front of your face so you can still see her outline, you don't turn into stone.
Just petrified.
You don't even turn into stone. Because that's what she does to you.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I don't know.
It's a kind of death.
It was also the mortal enemy of spiders.
Not this again.
I'm sorry, but everything about this is as ridiculous as it could get. Spiders refused to speak of the basilisk, could intuitively sense their presence, and would flee whenever they sensed them. The basilisk had a classification as an XXXXX creature. Okay, meaning that it was a known lizard killer. Is it? Can it kill humans? Regular old muggles?
It's gotta.
Do we have to have magic?
No.
It says wizard killer.
Well, that's because the Ministry of Magic only cares about wizards.
You're right. That couldn't be domesticated due to its immense powers.
Who tried to domesticate one?
Hagrid would. Come here, little snaky. Come here. However, since the basilisk was still a serpent, a parselmouth might communicate with it and potentially place the creature under their influence. This obedience depended on a relationship between the basilisk and the parselmouth.
A relationship, you say?
Tom Riddle was the only one who could command. It's not really a relationship. It's Stockholm Syndrome. Salazar Slytherin's basilisk, while Harry Potter had no control over her, as he had been warned. This is wonderful.
I hope people don't skip this episode.
I will implore them not to. Nature, physical appearance. Here's a description of the snakeskin. The light slid over a gigantic snakeskin of a vivid, poisonous green, lying curled and empty across the tunnel floor. The creature that had shed it must have been 20 feet long at least. Okay, so the basilisk could grow up to 50 feet in length, were a dark green or a color with a lighter green underbelly. They also possessed rows of incredibly sharp, poisonous fangs and large yellow eyes. These eyes had the power to instantly kill anyone. Okay, so it's anyone who looked into them. We're not immune.
No, unfortunately not.
Basilisk skin was armored like that of a dragon's, which deflected spells cast upon it. Ugh, that's not fair. For example, stunning spells would have no effect on the deadly beast. The basilisk shed its skin at intervals like all other snakes when it grew. Okay, I still am wondering, and maybe we'll get the answer in the ecology section that's next, but you just put the toad on the egg?
Yeah.
Do you have to cast a spell?
I don't think so.
You have to have magic in your bones?
Listen, that chicken and that egg.
Because I'm going to try this.
It's sitting there forming, and it's like...
I know some chickens.
There's definitely a chicken on me. I'm going to stay a chicken.
I have access to a toad.
But then, one time, that chicken was sitting there in its egg, and it had a toad put on it, and it was like, I feel a changing in me. That's not my mom. I must kill.
I could do this tomorrow.
And it became a basilisk.
I could do this tomorrow. Should I?
That's a fun Patronus-ode. Will you set up a live cam?
Yes. Should I go to Carolyn's, grab an egg,
just steal it,
go down to the pond, grab a toad, plop?
Aren't toads cold-blooded?
Yes.
How does...
Maybe that's why it turns into a snake.
Because it's...
I'm going to do it.
Okay, listen.
I'm making a snake.
Holy shit. Okay, listen to this. We're at the ecology part.
The way Emily just broke out.
Basilisks could live a natural life of at least 900 years.
No, thank you.
Though Salazar Slytherin's basilisk lived for approximately 1,000 years.
Oh, man.
This was accomplished by using parseltongue to put the creature into a deep sleep.
I told you she was sleeping. Oh,
that prevented
I was
it
right
from
for
aging,
once.
similar to suspended animation.
Okay. Wow. If I could just sleep my life away.
At least a couple hundred years.
Right?
Yeah. Their mortal weakness was the crowing of a rooster, their Achilles heel, if you will.
What? What are you telling me?
Bella got into mythology, so I got into mythology.
Are you telling me? I have had more questions in this episode than ever before. That if I get my chicken egg, I get my toad, I grow a basilisk. I'm like, this basilisk is getting too big for its britches. I just go grab the rooster and make it crow. Does it kill? It's a mortal weakness. That means kill, right?
Yeah.
A rooster crow? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You know, Hagrid has like 25 roosters.
Well, that's why Ginny had to go kill them all. Is that not a known thing?
I didn't know. She had to kill the rooster. I thought she just was like getting that blood.
Well, I mean, that was just a convenience also happening thing.
She had to kill the roosters.
Well, yeah, because
I'm firing myself.
Tom Riddle in his diary was like, listen, we've got a plan. First, I can't have some really dumb chicken walking into the castle, getting too close to the wall, and crowing while my basilisk is out and about. Can you kill them all real quick?
Hey, Marin. Yeah, Marin. Okay, so we've thought about it, and you don't know shit about Harry Potter. But I really like doing this podcast. Sorry, Marin, you're fired. Okay, Marin. Bye.
Okay, so it sounds like it's just me and Teresa here for the rest of the episode. Okay, so Teresa, I have to read her part because she's not physically here. But she goes, I want to know if it is a fertilized chicken egg. That is a great question.
Oh my gosh, do I have to get one where the chicken and the rooster went like that?
Oh my god, it's because the basilisk has daddy issues. It's like, you were never there for me. The toad was there for me.
That makes more sense than anything else that we've discovered throughout this last 18 minutes.
Yeah. Teresa also says, it must be because they're part chicken.
Oh yeah, right? The feather.
But Pam is also here, so we have now two more co-hosts here with me.
I just got fired, Pam, by myself. I fired myself for not knowing shit.
Okay. Basilisks fed off vertebrate animals, but it is unknown how much they ate at one time. The serpent of Slytherin survived on rats.
That's not enough.
Oh my god, what
For a
if
50
that
foot-
was Peter Pettigrew's final fate?
We think he just ran off into the forest, but no.
He got eaten. Well, the
Scabbers,
timeline doesn't
man.
line up, but
Bye, Scabbers. Bye.
that would have been iconic.
That would have. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. Oh, the male could be distinguished from the female by a single scarlet plume on its head. Now, does plume mean more than one feather? Or does it just have a kind of like a unicorn, but with one feather on its head?
Girl, I don't know. I got fired today, so...
Anyone in the chat, if you can look up the definition of plume for me, that would be great. Oh, Pam rehired you, so you can
Thank
come
you,
back.
Pam.
Pam is our hiring manager.
She's
actually.
our agent.
She's our talent finder.
Thank you. I need this job.
Oh.
It's vital.
Okay, so a basilisk egg. So hold on. Basilisks have eggs too?
What? No!
Or does it just become a basilisk egg once the toad's on it?
That has to be it.
Okay, let's keep. Okay, a basilisk egg was the egg of said creature. They were chicken eggs hatched beneath a toad, thus creating deadly king of. Okay, so they can't procreate basilisk to basilisk.
There's no basilisk funny business going on. No canoodling down there. Deadly gaze.
Oh, well, hold on. Okay, Pam in the chat says plume, a long, soft feather or arrangement of feathers used by a bird for display or worn by a person for ornament.
I'm going with poof of feathers.
I'm going with single one feather.
Okay. When a live victim looked directly into the basilisk's eyes, it resulted in instant death, making it even more dangerous than an acromantula. Although looking at the eyes through a camera lens or a ghost's transparent body would dampen the lethal effects, looking through a pair of glasses did not offer this. Well, that's just rude. Your glasses don't do anything to you.
Then?
No, nothing.
They barely even keep the blue light out.
Oh, it's because glasses still allow one's line of vision to connect directly and clearly with the serpent's eyes. Probably better, even.
So if I just get a prescription that's wroong...
Girl, take your glasses off.
Don't need these anymore.
You're safe. Myrtle Elizabeth Warren was such an unfortunate person, as her wearing glasses.
She was such an unfortunate person.
Did not save her from death when she looked directly at the serpent of Slytherin's eyes. Ghosts could look directly into the serpent's eyes without suffering death, as the dead couldn't die again. However, they would suffer petrification. Should a camera be reflected onto the serpent's eyes, the lens and film would be melted. Ugh. A phoenix was immune to the basilisk's gaze, whether directly or not, as the bird is immortal. If the basilisk's eyes were damaged, thus rendering it blind, it took away the lethal ability as well. Take that. All
right, we're in the petrification section. Okay, so when a victim looked in... Oh, wait, did you just do all... Yeah.
I didn't do any of the petrification.
Oh, I just had the same sentence. Okay. When a victim looked indirectly at the basilisk's eyes, such as its reflection, they would merely become petrified, similar to a stare of a gorgon. I know about gorgons because they're in Breath of the Wild.
Oh,
they're big rock
the
people,
Zelda
at
game.
least in Zelda. I don't know if that's their true mythology form.
I'm into it. We have a Lego of one.
Big rock guy.
Yep.
This was the case with Hermione Granger, Penelope Clearwater, Justin Finch Fletchley, Colin Creevey, Nearly Headless Nick, and Filch's cat, Mrs. Norris.
Why am I totally forgetting that Penelope Clearwater was petrified?
She is so...
Has it not happened yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, that's why.
She happens with Hermione.
Okay, oh, that's right.
Myrtle Elizabeth Warren, commonly known as Moaning Elizabeth Warren Myrtle, was not so fortunate and looked directly into the basilisk's eyes, which resulted in her immediate death.
Sorry, I laughed. Myrtle Elizabeth Warren.
A way of surviving a basilisk's gaze was by seeing it through another object. An example mentioned above was when Colin Creevey saw it through his camera, resulting in his petrification and his camera lens becoming melted. Justin Finch Fletchley saw the basilisk through the translucent ghost, nearly headless Nick, and was petrified. The already deceased Sir Nicholas became petrified as well, although he did look at the beast's eye directly. Why did they not enlist the ghosts' help in trying to find the Chamber of Secrets? They literally go in everywhere.
Literally send a ghost all around. Hey.
The ghosts knew this whole time. They just didn't care about telling
Rowena,
anyone.
You were there.
Mm-hmm.
Go find the snake. She would be like, that's fine, I'll go do it.
Yeah. If you're like, okay, here's where someone died, can you guys all just like do a parameter search here? Up, down, left, right, in, out, around, above? They just go down and be like, this is suspicious. Down more. Interesting that this huge pipe goes down from these tiny sinks.
Look how many miles and miles beneath the castle we are.
Oh my, I simply found it, the Chamber of Secrets.
Oh my god, why aren't we not in charge?
I ask myself that every day. Just in charge of everything.
I'm still fuming that Dumbledore just popped open that camera.
He's dumb. Okay. Hermione Granger was petrified while gathering information on the basilisk. She discovered she was the monster in the Chamber of Secrets, and that the serpent traveled through the pipes in the school. Hermione was petrified after seeing the basilisk's eye and a hand mirror. Petrification seemed quite powerful, as the legendary Albus Dumbledore concluded that the only way to reverse the effect was through the use of the Mandrake Restorative Draught. Spiders were terrified of basilisks, described them as their enemy, and fled before them. Spiders, such as the Acromantula, also refused to even speak of it or mention its name. Rubeus Hagrid asked Aragog, quote, many times, to name the monster, but Aragog refused to say her name or even speak of her.
Oh, what an asshole.
I'm glad everyone else is calling her her.
Me too. Ooh, this is about the venom. Oh man, look at how smart Hermione is. She goes, it doesn't have to be a basilisk fang. It has to be something so destructive that the Horcrux can't. I'm sorry, this picture underneath this quote is so gross that it's distracting me from reading it. It has to be something so destructive that the Horcrux can't repair itself. Basilisk venom has only one antidote, and it's incredibly rare. And then Harry Potter goes, Phoenix tears. And then there's a horrid picture of Harry Potter's mangled arm.
Oh, yeah. You know what a great band name is?
What?
Phoenix Tears.
It is great. I thought you were going to say Harry Potter's mangled arm. Okay.
That's the first album.
No, its eye gaze alone could potentially kill its victims. Basilisk venom was an extremely poisonous substance that only had one known antidote, Phoenix tears. How could a chicken and a toad make such a horrid monster? Chickens are nice. Toads are cute.
Chickens are terrifying.
Well, they're
Toads
a little scary.
Are creepy.
I've picked up a chicken, though. They'll let you pick it up. And
pick up a chicken.
Their feathers are so soft.
The only bird I dare touch would be a small duck.
Oh, a very small
Just
one.
a little
when
chick.
It's still fluffy.
Mm-hmm.
Before it gets real feathers.
Yes.
So distracted. Sorry. Let's see. Basilisk venom was so powerful that it could kill a person within minutes, making the person drowsy and blurry visioned before they died. It had, that's just me every day.
Me right now.
It had a very long-lasting effect, which still remained potent even up to 5 years or more after the snake had died. Damn. It could also damage inanimate objects so thoroughly that they were impossible to restore, and thus it was one of the few substances powerful enough to destroy a Horcrux. When Harry Potter slew the Serpent of Slytherin and the Sword of with the Sword of Gryffindor in 1992,
impregnated.
The sword became imbued.
Oh.
The sword became impregnated with the basilisk's venom, giving it the ability to destroy. Okay, do you think that impregnating the sword with venom. Then the sword gives birth to a chicken? I don't know. It's the only thing that makes sense to me.
It gives birth to vengeance.
Okay. However, the venom was not poisonous simply by touching it. When Ron Weasley extracted a basilisk fang with his bare hands in the chamber, he did not die. Thank God.
Imagine he did.
This is so long, but
This
so
is
interesting.
chaotic.
Oh no, okay, I think we're pretty close. All right, so within the wizarding world, all right, we're going to learn about this.
Pam asks the age-old question, how do swords give birth?
How does a toad sitting on a chicken egg make a snake? These are good questions.
Mm-hmm.
We need to do a whole other episode on this. Our favorite guy, Newt Scamander, says, the first recorded basilisk was bred by Herpo the Fowl, a Greek dark wizard and parselmouth, who discovered after much experimentation that a chicken egg hatched beneath a toad would produce a gigantic serpent possessed of extraordinarily dangerous powers. Thanks, Newt. Dark wizard Herpo the Fowl, while in ancient Greece, was the first to breed a basilisk. Oh, it's got a picture of him here with a basilisk. That seems dangerous. I mean, it's a drawing.
Oh, he has a parcel mouth, though.
Oh, so he had it under his power.
Yeah, they have a relationship.
He accomplished this by hatching a chicken egg beneath a toad, which resulted in the creature known as a basilisk. Herpo was able to control basilisks due to the fact that he was a parselmouth and thereby could speak snake language. Basilisk breeding was banned. The British ministry said all chicken coops in the wizarding world were subject to police inspection in order to thwart basilisk breeding. What if a toad just hops in there on accident?
Oh my God. And then you're just sleeping one day and then you get eaten by a basilisk.
It's not even your fault.
No, you just
you live next to a pond.
Luckily the next day it would die because of the rooster, though. They have a short lifespan in the natural world.
Oh my God, this is ridiculous. Let's see. However, the ban was quite easy to evade by simply removing the egg from underneath the toad whenever the department came to check. A more natural and effective limit on breeding was the simple fact that the creatures were uncontrollable except by parselmouths, and therefore every bit as dangerous to dark wizards as to other wizards and muggles. For this reason, the serpents remain mercifully rare. In fact, until the incident in 1943 described below, there had been no confirmed reports of basilisks in Britain since the 16th century. So, Salazar Slytherin was responsible for the construction of the Chamber of Secrets beneath Hogwarts dungeons. It was specifically created for the purpose of purging the school of all Muggle-born students. The chamber contained a basilisk, which could be controlled only by his own true heir, and use her to rid the school of all those he considered unworthy to study magic. In 43, when heir, Tom Riddle, opened the chamber, he used the basilisk to attack Muggleborns. The basilisk killed one girl by the name of Myrtle Elizabeth Warren. In 93, Riddle opened the chamber again through the use of one of his 7 Horcruxes. Using the bit of soul encompassed by the diary, he took partial control of poor Ginny Weasley. While she was not entirely aware of it, he forced her to do his bidding, which included writing frightening messages on the walls and strangling the school's roosters. Who wrote this book? This is ridiculous. During the second opening of the chamber, numerous Muggleborns were petrified. Blah, blah, blah.
We're certainly learning more than we ever anticipated to learn.
Riddle's ultimate goal was to lure Harry Potter into the chamber and kill him. Harry Potter ultimately slayed Slytherin's basilisk by stabbing her through the roof of the mouth with the sword of Gryffindor. The sword came out of the sorting hat, which had magically appeared in front of him. The hat was originally delivered to him by Fawkes, Dumbledore's phoenix. The sword was then impregnated with basilisk venom. According to Igar Karkaroff, Alistair Moody had smashed apart a birthday present that he thought in paranoia was a cleverly disguised basilisk egg before finding out it was a mere carriage clock. I love me some Moody. The skeleton of Slytherin's basilisk laid with him. Why did we need that? That paragraph was irrelevant, yet delightful. The skeleton of Slytherin's basilisk laid within the chamber today and was over 20 feet long. During the opening stages of the Battle of Hogwarts, Hermione Granger and Ron Weasley went down into the chamber to fetch Basilisk's fangs in order to rid of Voldemort's remaining Horcruxes. They had to resort to the fangs after losing their earlier means of destroying Horcruxes. Ancient Greek Basilios means king, with the suffix iskos being a diminutive, the whole having the sense of princeling or the like, purported for the crown-like white spot on its head.
Oh my. Well, since we brought up again the fact that Salazar put the basilisk in the chamber in order to rid Muggleborns from the school, I want to read a comment that we got on one of our past episodes.
Owl post.
Yes. This is from Marion. And she says, "Hi guys, I posted this on the Tom Riddle episode, so sorry if the repeat is annoying. LOL, but..."
Never annoying, Marion.
Obviously not, because here we are, using the repeat. She says, "Emily's comment about Slytherin made me want to repeat. So, something Marin said earlier in the pod has really stuck with me. Salazar Slytherin didn't want Muggleborns at Hogwarts because it was a place where young, vulnerable, magical children were gathered at a time when witchcraft was persecuted. In this episode about Riddle, Tom mentions that he is, quote, carrying on Slytherin's noble work. I have a theory. What if the basilisk wasn't meant to be a weapon against Muggleborns? What if it was Slytherin's insurance policy and backup plan in case the school and its occupants were ever discovered by witch hunters? It's not like he let the basilisk loose. According to the legends, Slytherin himself never even set the basilisk to attack anyone. I think that, over the centuries, Slytherin's, in parentheses, at the time justified, fear of discovery by non-magic people became a scapegoat for later wizards, including his own descendants, to excuse their personal discrimination against Muggles and Muggleborns. Tom Riddle doesn't actually know anything about Slytherin. He just assumes Slytherin was racist because Tom himself is racist, and other racists are like, it's okay because Salazar was racist. Riddle did what many people with power do. He abused the basilisk's power in order to kill Myrtle and terrorize the school instead of recognizing it as a last resort contingency measure to defend the students.
Wow. Like, WOW, wow. I never for the rest of my life would have thought of that.
Well, and the thing that kind of rings true about this theory for me is that the other three founders of the school were not dumb, gullible people.
Oh, no.
And there's no way they would be friends with Salazar Slytherin if he was like a super straight up shady dude.
Right. But now he left the school though, right?
Yeah. We'll have to remember his whole history.
So, but, okay, I love this theory. It makes perfect sense. Mm-hmm. Like, it has no flaws. Because, obviously, Hogwarts was built to get away from Muggles who were trying to kill wizards. Mm-hmm. You would obviously want to make a safeguard in order to protect yourself from other Muggles who want to kill you. This is not something that in and of itself is an evil plan. Mm-hmm. So now my whole bedrock foundation is crumbling.
Right.
Because now I'm like, was this just a way to protect himself and the school and the children who were coming to the school?
Well, because I still think that the argument is valid of the other three founders being like, we get where you're going for, but we don't need a giant monster to kill people if they break in. Like, there are other things that we can do to safeguard the school. And he was like, you guys are going to regret it. Bye. And, like, he just loved his idea of his giant snake in the school or whatever. But, I mean, I would love to live in a world where this is true.
Me too. I want it to be true so badly that my brain is, like, holding on to it and trying to just justify it and make it true. Because I sincerely want it to make sense. I don't want to think that one of the founders of Hogwarts was a raging white supremacist, Muggle supremacist, or wizard supremacist, because that's just so heartbreaking. And then for that to be the lore that it's been passed down for centuries and centuries and centuries, and everyone just believes it, and everybody thinks like, oh, well, people who are Slytherins are obviously racist, obviously horrible people because they're just the heir of, whatever. I hate that. It's heartbreaking because I don't want to think to myself, well, yeah, every Slytherin's a big asshole, because that's just simply not true.
Well, and also the fact that the Sorting Hat was Godric Gryffindor, so like the hat knows what the core values of each house are, and so it wouldn't make sense for the hat then to place good people into a house that had such a terrible beginning. Yeah. It definitely makes more sense that it got twisted over time because bad people exist everywhere, and so they just created this persona of this house that has some shared values with, power and
I do,
all those types of things. So it totally checks out for me.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. It makes so much sense, and it's like, it's so comforting. And maybe that's why I just want to hold on to it so tightly, because I'm like, it feels so much better than just thinking that he was evil. Because no, he wanted the same thing that the other founders wanted. He wanted a safe place for witches and wizards to study because they weren't bad. They were witches and wizards, just like we're muggles. Who cares, And so they wanted to keep them safe. They wanted to keep their children safe specifically. And what's more noble than that?
Yeah, I think the line just gets blurry again with like the Muggle-born wizard issue. I mean, like even in current Harry Potter time, they don't know why Muggle-born wizards have magic.
Right.
And so it makes sense that clear back in the day he was like, they're stealing it, or, whatever common thing. But I mean, that doesn't seem like such a terrible thing to be afraid of, maybe to act on quite so aggressively, yes, but...
But if so the theory that the monster was created specifically to only protect from the Muggles who were actively trying to literally burn our children at the stake. Okay. Still don't make a monster, but obviously you're terrified, so you're going to go to great lengths. I don't know. I could talk about that theory for a long time. That's a great theory, Marion. Did it just come out of your own very brain?
Is that an original?
Because that's amazing. I've never heard it before. I think it's great. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
That's really all on the website. We just have like appearances, notes, and references, and then a little bit of behind the scenes, which isn't anything.
Boring stuff.
They're super boring.
Yeah. And well, another thought that I had is it's interesting to think that Voldemort didn't create a basilisk to have under his control. Because he's all about drama and flair. Like, why wouldn't he want his own? Or why wouldn't he take the one out of the school?
Because maybe he knows how hard it is to control. And he has Nagini, which he has full control over, like literal, it's him, and so he's like, Basilisk, hard work. Nagini, easy. I mean, obviously Tom's a lazy ass. He doesn't want to actually do the work. And so he's going to take the easy way out where he's like, I'd like a basilisk, but I don't want to have to control it like all the time. I have to sleep sometimes. So I don't know.
And Nagini, he can just close in every room.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I have no idea. I mean, because it's so easy to make one. I'm going to do it tomorrow.
I wonder if maybe they're harder to possess.
Yeah.
I wonder if he tried.
Oh my gosh, maybe he did.
And he was like,
he probably
this is too much work.
Incredible. Well, this has been an adventure from beginning to now.
This is the longest we've ever talked about anyone or anything.
And I would have kept going if there was more information.
Oh, yeah.
So that was great. We are going to go record a bonus one about whale penises.
Yes.
So if you want to be a part of that, come join us on the Patreon. Thank you so much for listening, for being there for us. Tell your friends, rate and review this podcast. To me, this podcast is a treasure, and I would love it if more people knew about it and more people could come join us.
Mm-hmm.
It really is like dear to my heart. I know I fired myself today, but I'm never going to leave the office because I really want this podcast to reach as many people as it can. So tell your friends, tell your mom and dad, tell your cousins, rate and review, and we will see you next time.
Yeah, thanks to everybody in the chat who hung out with us on Patreon today.
Love you guys.
And until next time, let's create something magical together.
Bye.
Bye.
My ears.
Your freedom. Isn't it a cool take? I thought so too.
Oh my gosh. Really, really wonderful.
All right. See you guys later.
Save this. Love you.